The market is down and opportunity is shining in the crypto space. So I want to break this down for you because you guys know the deal with this YouTube channel. I want to be able to preempt moves before they happen instead of, being the guy that buys at the top and sells at the bottom. I want to be the guy that's buying low and selling high. And that's why I'm so excited by this market right now, because guys, you will have known this if you're watching this channel recently. I was predicting this exact pump to the upside on Cardano just a couple of videos back when I was talking about it. If you're already subscribed, you're going to know all about that. So shout out to those of you who are. And of course, if you're not already, make sure you tick the bell as well, because you don't want to miss this time-sensitive content as it comes out. Here we go. This is the thing, is that Cardano managed to form a really nice rally coming off that video that I made about it, but it's in quite a significant pullback right now. If we measure this from the top that it set just yesterday pretty much to the low that it set today, it's already dropped down by 16%, and from that same high to the current price, we're down by about 13%, which is quite different to Bitcoin at the moment, which, pretty much, didn't really even get a spike, anything similar to Cardano. But if we look at the high that we set recently, let's just actually take this high, which was actually about 6 days ago. Bitcoin from that high to low only dropping by 7%, or from high to current price only down by 5%. So we can see here, again, just the same thing I always talk about, how, in these markets, when, altcoins rise up, they tend to rise a lot harder, but they also fall a lot harder. But the thing that makes this exciting to me right now is that Cardano is at a critical area of support, and to me, historically, given where it's at right now, it's at a crucial level where it could actually be looking at pumping to ridiculous levels, plus 50%, plus 100%, which means a 2 times gain. And so I want to break this down for you in this YouTube video right here. So here's the thing, is that on this chart right here, we're looking at a situation with Cardano where it managed to get a big breakout out of this longer term kind of falling wedge pattern that I had outlined for you in a previous video on Cardano, where I was saying that actually Cardano was forming a falling wedge pattern very similar to what it did in the past. It had formed it again right here, right down into a critical support level at this $1 area. And so to me, this was very significant. This definitely indicating that we're forming the same pattern down to the same level. It doesn't get much better than that. In my opinion, camera's going to have to turn off again. I keep saying I'll fix the problem, and believe me, ladies and gents, I try my absolute best, but it's just not working. But moving back to the video here, we did end up finding support at the very same level before then managing to get this breakout to the upside, which is absolutely phenomenal. But that's just the USD chart. Where this gets really exciting is if we take a look at the Bitcoin chart. Cardano also got a big breakout to the upside on Bitcoin, and this is of course what matters a lot more, because what I'm most interested in as a trader is being able to see how I can maximize my Bitcoins, right? You guys already know the deal. Bitcoin right now is at $42,000, and let's say I own 1 Bitcoin right here, and I expect that Bitcoin is, whatever happens in between, I expect Bitcoin is eventually going to get back up to that all-time high at 69,000. If I hold 1 Bitcoin here, I want to hold 2 Bitcoins up here. I want to make more Bitcoin so I get richer in the moment, and then I want Bitcoin itself to make me richer while it's rising. This is the winning formula as a trader. If you hold 1 Bitcoin over here and 1 Bitcoin over here, yes, you are going to earn an extra $30,000. But if you make another Bitcoin down here and then you hold 2 Bitcoins up here, that's going to catapult you significantly further ahead. Instead of making an extra 30k, you'll make another 69 plus 30k, and that is huge. You'd be effectively making $90,000 instead of just 30, and that's why I always care more about the Bitcoin valuation of these altcoins. And the fact of the matter is, it saw a big pump against Bitcoin right here. Again, if we measure this from the low to the high, Cardano managed to gain 40% in value against Bitcoin within like 10 days, which is absolutely crazy. But what's even better is that it put it above this area of resistance on the chart. I was outlining this area of resistance on the Bitcoin chart for quite some time, all the way when Cardano was trading all the way up here at 6,000 Satoshis. And the thing is that this area is very significant. You can get an idea of the kind of price interactions we were having around this level historically, and relatively recently in this trend as well, certainly indicating that this market has been making good use of this level, just really generally interacting with it quite a bit, indicating that this could be a good area of support, because previously we were able to use it quite well. I mean, if we didn't quite get strong bounces up, which we didn't get on this occasion, we did at least consolidate at the same area, meaning that we were able to find some support here. And again, that's what Cardano is doing just today as well, finding support at the very same level that was significant on this chart for a long time. Now, I'm not going to go too much further back. You're just going to have to take my word for it, or you can check these numbers yourself. But this support area, which I've drawn stretching from 3,100 Satoshis up to 3,300 Satoshis, is an area which Cardano has been using going all the way back into 2018. So this is a price area, which has been useful now for going on, 4 years on this chart. And so it's an extremely significant support area. And to see that Cardano has managed to punch above it is very, very important in my opinion. And not only that, but we're also, we were previously finding resistance at this same area just recently. So that tells us again that we know this area should be very, very useful for Cardano in terms of finding support against Bitcoin. And so, what that might mean for the US dollar valuation is obviously pretty exciting, because really, I think one of the key things to keep in mind right now is that this trend for Bitcoin, yes, I know it doesn't look amazing right now. It's showing us a lot of signs of weakness, and it's not showing as many signs of strength. But what I do want to just ground ourselves with, so that we're at least aware of the facts, because that's what this channel is about, right? I'm just telling you guys what the facts are, putting them out there, telling you what my conclusions are, and of course encouraging you to draw your own. The thing is that this has been quite an important area for Bitcoin, this $40,000 area, and we're not below it yet, and until and unless we do actually swing below this level, close below this level, we're not below it. That's just the simple fact of the market right now. And so if we're not below this area of support, I don't want to start drawing conclusions that are too negative just for the moment. There's still a lot that can happen in terms of potentially bouncing off this level and rallying higher, and it's basically what Bitcoin did last time, right? I mean, if we look at the $30,000 level, let's say kind of 32,000 all the way down to about 30,000, yes, we did dip below the areas of support just a little bit, but we came back to test it quite a few times, and who's to say that Bitcoin isn't going to do that again? That's my point. And the thing is that if in this current state in the market, Cardano has gained so much strength against Bitcoin, well, if Bitcoin manages to get another bounce up to potentially target some more resistance, maybe that resistance is at 44K, maybe it's all the way up at 47K, which you guys know I'm keeping a very, very close eye on at the moment. This is one of the key levels for Bitcoin to beat. I'm not going to talk too much about that. I'll make an actual Bitcoin analysis video later on today on this YouTube channel. So again, just make sure you're subscribed and you've ticked the bell so that you don't miss out on that time-sensitive analysis. But the thing is that if Bitcoin does manage to get a little bit of a move up right now, Cardano is showing a lot of strength against Bitcoin. And so generally what tends to happen in these markets when, a coin like this is showing a lot of strength against Bitcoin is that if that coin is pumping while Bitcoin is pumping, but it's pumping harder, i.e. right here, well, you're going to see, quite a nice situation. Cardano actually just recently was in a situation where if Bitcoin was dropping, Cardano was pumping. If Bitcoin was rising, Cardano was pumping, and that is really, really significant. That's showing us a huge change in the sentiment in this market. And the thing is that one of the key characteristics of Cardano in its trends is that it will shoot up quite high quite quickly and lose those gains slowly, right? It's actually very, very common for Cardano to do things like this. It's just one of the typical things that Cardano does, and we absolutely could be in a pattern like this right now. But the key thing to keep in mind again is this support that it's enjoying on Bitcoin's, on the Cardano Bitcoin chart right now. This is really, really significant, and to me, it indicates a huge change in where this market actually is. Not only that, but again, like I said, Bitcoin being at this key support level, there are good reasons to be optimistic in this market right now, especially considering how much of a drop it's seen. To me, one of the key things I outlined for Bitcoin recently, but I want to I think it was for Cardano actually, is that generally at the very beginning of a downtrend, we're going to see quite aggressive selling pressure, right? And I showed you, again, if you're subscribed, you'll remember this. I was showing you, a couple lines to basically the gradient with which Cardano was dropping, and then we kind of bring these lines together and we can really start to get a sense of the scale of the aggression of the dumps, where if I just make these lines equal length but keep the same slope, you can see that previously our sell-off here was more aggressive than the next sell-off, and then the next sell-off after that obviously more less aggressive than that. You know, take a look at this. You can see a big change in just, you know, for lack of a better word, the slant with which the market is moving. And I suppose a more technical way to say this would be the trend was just simply more aggressive, you know, previously, but gradually that aggression dissipates as volume goes down as well. Look at this volume moving average. As the volume goes down, until eventually we formed what is effectively a rounded bottom before, you know, potentially looking at rising up. I was saying all of this before the pump happened, by the way. It's not like I'm just pulling this out of my ass right now. It's on my YouTube channel. You can just go back a couple videos and you'll see it. It was this video right here. I know it says 2 days ago. It's probably more like 4 or 5 days ago now. But, you know, all of this stuff was already mentioned on the channel. And, you know, to me, you know, just seeing that we're now kind of back testing this range, because this is the thing, is that Cardano saw a big rise against Bitcoin right here on this chart. I mean, like I showed you earlier on in this video, it was roughly like a 40% move, which is absolutely astronomical. But then to see that it's getting, you know, quite a healthy pullback right now into a support area, I mean, as far as good signs Cardano could have given us, it's giving us perfect signs. I mean, like 100% perfect signs. It not only pumped up, you know, exactly on cue when I was talking about it, it found resistance at my very same resistance level that I had drawn for Cardano. It's finding support at the very same support level that I had drawn for Cardano. And so to me, you know, each of these are very good signs for where the trend can go. And let's just talk about that next point right now. Where exactly can Cardano go? Because obviously I think things are really exciting in this market right now. I'm actually just going to make a video on Ethereum as well later on today. So again, do make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on that content. And by the way, every single one of these coins I'm trading, Cardano, Ethereum, 𝗪𝗧 right here, which you're going to see on screen, these coins are all tradable on Bybit. And the great thing about this right here is that if you use my link in the description down below, only for these next few days, this offer is going to end very soon. You're going to get just over up to $4,100 completely free of charge deposited into your account as a bonus for signing up using my link in the description down below and making your first deposit on Bybit. If you already have an account, you can make another one and you're still going to get that bonus. Of course, depending on where you are, you may or may not need a VPN. Using a VPN is always a good idea in my opinion, but you know, obviously it's up to you. The thing is that, you know, this offer is going to end soon. So if you want to be able to get this free money, you want to be able to do whatever you like, it's your money as soon as you get it, you need to do it now. Otherwise your chance will go. And by the way, as usual, if you want to be able to watch me trading these markets in real time, then click on the first link at the bottom of any in the description, and then the @4flies post at the bottom of any @4flies button at the bottom of any post inside of 4flies Gold, and then send message to ask me how to join. But let's start talking about those targets right here, because this is obviously where things get really exciting. And really, I guess the main thing that I want to show you, I'm not even going to use this chart because I have too many things drawn on here, but the main thing that I really just want to bring to your attention right now is I'm going to draw a line at this high that Cardano just set yesterday. I'm going to draw another line at where I think, actually I'm going to use a box to illustrate where I think the next key area of resistance may be, and it's probably going to be somewhere around here. And the reason I'm saying this is that there was a major area of I don't want to say consolidation. This was more of a correction where the market managed to rally up but then dropped down within you know, about 3 days, something like that, by about 14%. So a fairly significant drop. But then more importantly, it consolidated a lot at this price level just towards the end of last year. And so I think that this was a very critical area for the market. And the thing is that, you know, from our current price level up to this box, which I think could be serving as resistance, you know, we've got about a 50% pump to go. And that, you know, that is quite a large move. And I think that Cardano still potentially even has a little bit more room to drop lower. And if that's the case, obviously the top of this range would be more like a 62% gain. But the main thing that I'm interested in, of course, is breaking that all-time high, because yeah, I do think that if we rise up, this is probably going to be in a little bit of an area of resistance. It could be slightly problematic for Cardano, but the thing is that if it manages to break this area of resistance, again on this chart, there isn't much resistance above where we are right now. You know, if we look above this price level right here at $2.20, there's no real resistance on this chart. I mean, you know, look at the rise up. Did Cardano pause anywhere on its way up to $3.08? No, not really. I suppose you could say that it paused at $2.96, so we can draw a line right there. But the thing is if we measure how big of a move this is from our current price, that's already more than a 100% gain. That's more than doubling your money if Cardano manages to get there. And the thing that I'm saying about this right now is, what I'm interested in is there resistance on this chart? And above this red line, there is barely any. Look at this. When Cardano managed to rise above this red line before, it went straight up to the top of this box. Very same occasion here. And on the way down, it was the very same thing as well. It just doesn't trade in these ranges very much. And so that gives us a very predictable area where we can, fairly confidently say that if Cardano is going to manage to pump above this line, there shouldn't be much holding it back from getting to the top of this box, or at least into this box. It did it over here when it was dumping down. It fell down really quickly, right? If we just look at this from the day that we fell out of this box to the day that we fell below the red line right here, it took Cardano 9 days. I mean, this was a really, really short space of time. Cardano, for lack of a better word, doesn't fuck around when it leaves ranges like this, and it goes straight to where it wants to go. And I think that we could be just on the edge of that kind of thing happening again right now. Again, on top of this box, when we look at the move up, there was no stopping it. It just took a matter of days for Cardano to rise by, what was this, like 40%, 30%, something huge. 33, 34%. And then on the way down, very same thing. It took Cardano only about 5 days to drop. It actually dropped faster. All this volatility is amazing for traders, right? I mean, as a trader, this is the absolute best thing that you could be asking for. And so to me, this is very, very exciting. I'm very, very interested in seeing how this plays out. And again, like I said, every single trade that I make goes straight into 𝗬𝗢𝗡𝗧 VIP. Before I even make it, I tell you guys about what I'm considering doing, where I'd be entering, what's holding me back, what's making me more confident or less confident about a certain setup, and so on. So you get, the full scoop of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it inside of 𝗬𝗢𝗡𝗧 VIP. So if you think that that would be useful for you to watch, then reach out following these steps down below. It's not only being able to watch me, but it's also the confidence that a lot of people get when they watch someone like myself who perhaps they admire as traders navigating the market. That alone can be extremely valuable. So again, all you have to do to jump inside is click on the first link in the description down below, then click on the @𝗬𝗢𝗡𝗧 button at the bottom of any post inside of 𝗬𝗢𝗡𝗧 Gold, and then send message to ask me how to join 𝗬𝗢𝗡𝗧 VIP, and I'll get you all of that information as well. I also just want to take a quick scan at 𝗪𝗛𝗚 and see if it started to flash bullish for Cardano. I'm sure it would have right now on some of these smaller time frames. It's actually just a little bit too volatile on this time frame. So let's look at the daily. And yes, we are getting a strong daily buy signal right here. The last time we got a buy signal, it went very, very badly. But the time before that, it was an absolutely killer strong signal, buy signal. And the last time we actually had a strong buy was right here and right here. So on both occasions, these strong buy signals turning out to be very, very useful. And by the way, just take note of where this sell signal came on the Cardano chart as well. Very, very cool indeed. This is an indicator which, for what you get, this is only one aspect of the 𝗪𝗪𝗪 indicator. For what you get, it is ridiculous how cheap it is. Check these prices out, and there's a lot more that you're getting here. I mean, this can literally draw technical analysis lines for you, which is insane, and a bunch more things which I've already made a video on. Check it out with the link in the description down below. When you use my code on their website, you're going to get 20% off these prices, and fucking hell, like $68 for this is ridiculously cheap. So definitely take advantage of this if you are interested. But with that, guys, I will have to be getting going for this video. One more time, if you want those free $4,100, check out the link in the description to sign up to Bybit, make your first ever deposit, and you will get a bonus for it. And if you want to jump inside VIP, follow these steps on screen. Back to the charts real quick to summarize. There are still some support areas a little bit lower than where we are right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we challenge them, but at the moment, just given how it's moved up so nicely against Bitcoin, I am actually pretty optimistic about where Cardano might be going. There's a bunch more things I want to cover, including Ethereum and Bitcoin, which I'll talk about later on in this video. I'm also going to be talking about Phantom and Shiba. So There's quite a lot to go through. Shiba is at a very, very interesting level right now. You guys have heard me talking about it for a while if you've been watching this channel previously, so I do need to talk to you all about that. But that's all going to be in the next video, so just make sure you are subscribed and you've got the bell ticked as well so you get notifications, and for an extra layer of security to make sure you get these videos when they are hot, when they are fresh. Again, this first link in the description is going to take you to my free Telegram channel, which by the way, you can download the Telegram app on your phone and you'll get notified straight to your phone when I make an analysis post, which doesn't go to YouTube, because there is a lot of exclusive pieces only going to Telegram, just like this, you know, as informative, as well thought out as these videos. You'll get them again for free in the 𝗪𝗪𝗏 channel, along with notifications about my videos as well. So that all going straight to your phone to make sure that you're plugged in, getting what you need when you need it, crucially. Obviously, time is money in these markets, so we need to make sure we time these things right. All right, guys, hope you have enjoyed this one. You know what to do. Hit up the likes, subscribe, tick the bell, and I'll see you all in the very next video. Bye-bye.